I was thinking about this yesterday, and I think the big news is no one really cares anymore, meaning that for so long, they were the only game in town. Nothing was going to be happening in Washington, and so everybody focused solely on what the Federal Reserve was going to do. And now all of a sudden, we're in a whole new ball game where what Congress and what the White House does is of far greater importance. Are we going to truly put tax reform in place? Are we going to deal appropriately with our fiscal issues? What are we going to do on deregulation? How are we going to handle the health care issue? All of those now are far more important than what Janet Yellen does. It seems to me the economy is moving along and additional interest rate rises are appropriate. I think the question of the size of the balance sheet, I think, will continue, especially with easing. And yet what you're seeing is them repurchasing securities with shorter maturities, but still keeping their balance sheet in a very high level at about $4.5 trillion.
That's interesting. The Fed's balance sheet has been an issue. There have been some people thinking that maybe they would just let some of those roll off and not repurchase on the shorter end of things. It sounds like that's what you're advocating as well.
Well, I've had some of the Fed governors, when they're passing through town, they typically come in and talk, and I know there's been some internal debate towards that end. And again, at this point, you do wonder why they don't use that as a tool to ensure that rates continue on a steady trajectory. But I'm sure she'll answer that today. But again, it's fascinating, isn't it, where now the focus is 100% on in Congress and Trump and expectations in the market today that outstanding things are going to occur, and so is that going to be lived up to, or are we going to go in a negative direction? That's a much bigger story now than Janet Yellen coming in.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.